Welcome to In Your Element podcast, where we dive into stories of those thriving in their element. From entrepreneurs, influencers, to chefs, musicians, and the community leaders, we explore their journeys, struggles, and successes. I'm Randall Pink with Natalie Kaufman, and today we're bringing you another incredible conversation with Liz Fields from the Cheesecakery. Welcome back. This is In Your Element podcast. I'm Randall Pink.
I'm Natalie Kaufman.
And we have today
Liz Field from the Cheesecakery.
Welcome. So we've heard great things. We actually sell your Cheesecakery products here inside of Element Eatery. So we're super excited to have you on today. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started.
Sure. So again, I'm Liz Field. I'm with the Cheesecakery, and I'm a 6th generation Madisonville resident. Both sides of my family immigrated over here from Europe way back in the day. My mom's family had a grocery store called Menino's Supermarket on Madison Road for almost 80 years.
Oh, wow.
So if you ask any old folks in the area, they know Menino's. We were one of the first people to do like home deliveries of groceries and stuff. So I remember being a little girl working at the grocery store, helping customers, bagging groceries, and just getting everybody's way. And my dad's family is really cool. Way back in the 1800s, they had a saloon called the Florentine Saloon on Madison Road. So I've always been around entrepreneurs. We have a lot of entrepreneurs in our family. So I knew like eventually one day I wanted to have my own business. Wasn't quite sure what it was going to be. I went to school at UC for business, and when I graduated, as I was graduating, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I couldn't find a job that really sparked any interest for me. And the economy was kind of moving around, so I was a little depressed, and my friend was like, why don't you come over and bake with me? And I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. And I thought we were going to be making like cake box mixes. And
Cake box mix, the ones where you just add water.
Literally. I have actually some trauma about that. I'll tell you about that later. So, okay, we'll get into that real quick. So when I was little, the only baking I did was the cake box mixes. And one time, I thought it said 11 cups of water with a box of cake mix. It was 1.5 cups. And so that's why it's like, I'm not a baker at all. So that was my experience with baking growing up. But anyways, my friend invited me over, and she's like, hey, let's do stuff. Weigh out some sugar, weigh out some butter. I'm like, what is this? And then it all came together, and I was just amazed that my hands made this from scratch, thinking like, all this stuff is made in a factory. You can't make this by hand. Like, I'm just super naive. So I just started baking for friends and family, and I fell in love with it. And my mentor was like, well, why don't you make this a business? You know, take your experience from business school and what you're learning. And I was like, okay, just blindly trusting this. And then eventually I started educating myself, like throwing myself in YouTube videos. Then I decided to go to culinary school. I went to the Midwest Culinary Institute.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it was fun. I studied pastry arts under Betsy Lassarella. She's an amazing chef in Cincinnati. And then I just kept going and started my business doing wholesale. I did wholesale for Skyline at different cafes around the city. And then fast forward, eventually I got a food truck. And then from there, like the lines got crazy busy, and I knew I needed to expand. So then I opened my first shop in Madisonville, which of course my hometown I had to.
Back to your roots.
Back to your roots, that's
Sure.
right. And I opened that in 2019, and then the rest is history. I've got more stuff I did since then, though.
Nice. So how many locations are you at now?
So I have 2. I have one in Anderson I just opened up this year. It's right next to Donato's and Wingstop, right on Beachmont Road, right in the middle. And then I have one here on Wetzel Avenue. And then I have ADHD, so I have no chill. I want to do all the things.
Same.
So I was like, what else can I do? Madisonville is like super up and coming, and we still like, we have a lot of growth happening, and I'm a little impatient. I'm like, I don't want to like take over, but I have these opportunities and I have these great ideas. I mean, I think they're great. And I wanted to do ice cream. So I opened an ice cream window. It's called What's a Whip. It's right next to the Cheesecakery.
Wow.
I did not know that.
When was this?
Yeah.
When did you do this?
Like 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's really, really good. We do soft serve, and we're actually opening very soon. I'm not sure if this is an evergreen episode, but we open this Friday, April 4th for the season, and then we're open until about October.
So by the time this episode comes out, it will be open.
Yeah. Gotta go check that out.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, we're going to be open 7 days a week, 3 to 9. We got plenty outdoor seating, and it's just super fun. We always have vegan options. We have a lot of vegan folks in Madisonville, so we got a lot of great options for those folks. We have a lot of really good Sundays, and I love all things food and
Oh,
damn.
yeah.
Oh, me too. Me too. It's so funny you say that because it literally the other day, my mom was like, what's your favorite thing that you and my boyfriend go and do? And I was like, honestly, trying new restaurants. I was like, I think that's my favorite thing to do. I'm a foodie, so you have me at the cheesecakes, the macaroons, ice cream. I'll be there.
all the things.
Yeah, it's so good.
So I want to roll back to, because I think your story can resonate with a lot of people as far as going to college. You said business school at first?
Uh-huh. Yep.
And then when you got out, you're like, well, I don't know what I want to do, right? And it took your friend inviting you to go and bake with her. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I kind of like this. And I think that's great because you developed a hobby that you enjoy doing and then you made it into a business. Society puts so much expectations on, all right, now that you've went to school, you went to college, you get out, you got to do something. But a lot of people just don't know what to do.
Right.
So I just wanted to point that out. That's an amazing story.
Yeah, it's very relatable, right? I mean, when you go to college and you're young, it's like people ask you. I mean, I remember being a senior in high school and, the counselors are like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I'm 18. I don't know. Like, I just want to, like, kind of experience things and figure out what I like. But I think it's very interesting to me that did you have a passion for baking like prior to your friend?
No.
Really? So this
No.
was just like you weren't baking when you were little.
No, I mean, excuse me, I baked that cake with 11 cups of water. My mom was so mad at me.
Did you try it? Did you try after you baked it?
No, we just threw it away.
I
It's
mean,
You're like, this is wrong.
was it
This-
just a liquid?
It was
Yeah.
carrot cake, like
Oh.
soup.
carrot soup? That
Carrot
sounds all
soup?
right.
I mean, yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
With like a hint of flour.
Yeah.
Literally, it
A little
was so
thick.
gross. My mom was so mad at me because I'm one of 5. I'm the baby of 5, and all the other kids are always out and about. And seemed like I was always home. And I did like cooking and baking, like not really baking, but like I just like tinker around in the kitchen because I was always hungry. And she's like, okay, you can use this carrot cake mix, but don't mess it up. Like she was just like really wanting this carrot cake mix. I said, I got it, Mom, I got it. I just ruined it. She's so mad at me. But yeah, no, I did not plan on being a baker. It's so funny that to me, I think it's so funny that I have a baking business now because even right now, like I went to culinary school, very experienced in the industry. I feel like I'm a business person more than anything, but it's just been a journey. Like you just don't know where life's going to take you, and you just got to be open to seeing what happens. And like I said, when I got out of college, I really did not know what I wanted to do, and just being boohooing, being upset, couldn't find a job that I wanted. My friend just was like, yeah, just come hang out with me. I'm like, okay. I just winged it, but life's funny like that.
Life is funny like that.
It is, and I can't fathom enough that it's extremely relatable. Because again, in this society, the expectations that are just put on people to like, you got to do better, and know at the age of 18, when you're in high school and they're like, all right, what are you gonna do? And that thought process is gonna change, right? Especially when you do
For
something.
sure.
When you do something and you're like, why am I doing this? I hate this.
Right.
And I always fault to like do something that you're either passionate about or you have an interest in or a hobby, and it can become a full-time job.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too and when you're young, you think you like something, you think you want to go into teaching or you want to go, and then you're like, wait, no, I don't. This is just what I liked at the time, right? But okay, I have a fun question for you, and I've thought about this ever since I found your brand. Why cheesecake?
Oh, that's a really good question. So when I first started baking, I made anything and everything. I made cookies, cakes, pies, tarts. I was doing wedding cakes, and I just noticed that people just love cheesecake. People kept ordering cheesecakes, and I was like, well, this is kind of fun. And I've always had a mentor. I've used Score, and just different folks in the industry.
Great program, by the way.
Very good program. Highly recommend if you have a small
From
business.
the Chamber of Commerce.
Yep.
Yes.
Highly recommend them. But I was thinking, like, what do most customers want? My mentor was like, what's your niche? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, what is really popular? I said, cheesecakes. He's like, well, is there other cheesecake companies around? I was like, there was one, but I think they kind of like faded. The guy retired or something. And I'm like, okay, well, that's my in. And then I realized, like, to me, like, the recipe is really easy. You have like a basic batter, and then you can just add toppings and have fun with it. I love being creative. I love trying new things, like you guys mentioned. So you can easily take one thing and just create 100 different things. Actually, right now I have over 200 cheesecake flavors that we've made.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That was one of our questions.
That was one of our questions. And I think also, you focusing just on cheesecaking and making it your own, it really does set yourself apart from these other bakeries, right? Because it's different. I love that.
Thank you.
I love that.
I try to stay really good at one thing. I mean, we have a lot of great options too. Everything we make is from scratch, like our macarons.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff is made with a lot of love, real ingredients, really high-end ingredients. But cheesecake is our bread and butter, and people love it. And we do it in the cupcake size, so it's easy to try multiple flavors instead of being stuck with one thick slice, So it's fun. I'm a Gemini. I love having fun.
Me too.
You are?
When is your birthday?
June 10th.
May 25th.
Okay,
Okay,
we're
close.
I feel left out here.
When's your birthday?
September.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Is that
no,
Libra
not
or-
Gemini.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's a Virgo, and the reason why I say I think it's a Virgo
I think
is because there was a time where it changed. It was Cancer, and then it became a Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know what it was. They added one. A couple years ago. I could be 100% wrong, but I'm pretty sure they added one a couple years ago, and it's changed.
they added one.
I'm
that works.
Somebody's got to fact check me on that and
Comment below. if you
comment
think-
below
Comment below.
because I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
What if they're like, actually, no, you're an Aries? Like something totally different.
Well, then that's news to me. Either way, comment below and let us know. September 9th, that's what it is. 9/9.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So out of your 200 flavors, I will go back to that. What is your favorite?
Okay, Oreo. That's the first one I ever made.
Yes.
is this a Gemini thing? Because my favorite's Oreo.
It's so
I'm
good.
telling you, we're
I
the
like
same.
I like Oreo. That hands down, I do like Oreo, but peanut butter
Oh,
is my default.
I love peanut butter
I
too.
just have to default to peanut butter. Anything peanut butter, honestly.
We do a Reese's Explosion cheesecake, and it's got peanut butter in it, Reese Cups, Reese Pieces. It's amazing. But I love peanut butter ice cream
Ooh,
Do
yep,
you?
more
yep,
than
yep.
peanut butter cheesecake.
So, my late night snack, I don't like, okay, I'm so weird. I don't love peanut butter things, but me and my sister always get like a scoop of like Jif creamy peanut butter, and we dip it in chocolate chips.
what?
And that's what I do. And I'll eat it with apples too, or I'll eat off the spoon.
Yes,
And it's so good.
Anyway.
Yeah,
that is a great snack.
Yeah.
I will concur with that.
I'm gonna have to try that. I used to eat Frosted Flakes with peanut butter.
See,
Oh,
anything
really?
with peanut
Like
butter,
a bowl.
just keep on eating that. Yes.
So-
When I was a kid.
Speaking of peanut butter, I think Randy should talk about what he eats with peanut butter.
Well, I went to a restaurant and they had
This is good.
They had a burger with peanut butter on it.
Interesting.
I wasn't a big fan of the red meat at the time, so I ordered mine with chicken. And so now I'm hooked on to this chicken and peanut butter sandwich, which I highly recommend.
Where's that at?
It was at Flipside Burger, which I think they just went down. They closed down, I think, a year or two ago.
You
It
need to tell
was-
Burger Natty. We need some peanut butter.
Hey, I already kind of whispered something in there and saying, hey, you got to try it. Before you put it on your menu, try it. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, absolutely did.
To throw a curveball, I do get it with pepper jack cheese, which might sound really weird. Again, comment below. If you tried it, you'll know.
I'm sorry, but
but-
I couldn't.
A grilled chicken with pepper jack cheese and just a thin layer of peanut butter. The chemistry that happens there is just phenomenal.
Okay, yeah, that I can see that because they have chicken satay, like the
Yeah,
skewers
yeah.
with peanut sauce. Same thing.
Okay, actually, I just thought about this. Sorry, off topic. I think something about Chick-fil-A's chicken gets deep fried in peanut oil.
Boom.
Boom.
I think that's I just thought like that does make sense though. I think it's deep fried in peanut oil. Do not quote me on that, but some fast food chain is like deep fried in peanut oil. I'm like, man, peanut butter does go on everything.
It goes with you.
It does go on everything. It's very nice. I enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think. So another off question, kinda, is what would your 5-year plan, 3 to 5 year plan be?
Okay, so I have ADHD. I also opened a bubble tea shop called Bramble Bubbly,
Nice.
and that's on.
Is that on the other side of your cheesecakery?
No, it's down the street. It's
Okay.
on Bramble.
You're just gonna own the whole block right there, aren't you?
My brother-in-law calls me the Baroness of Madisonville, just taking over. No, I bought some commercial property on Bramble like 5 years ago, and it houses our commercial kitchen. And then right next door is a little tiny weird storefront. It's like literally a like walkway in between two buildings. And the previous owner put like a patio on top and then like a door. And it used to be a dog groomer, so she'd have a couple dog baths in there. So I had this weird space, and I was like, what am I going to do with this? I couldn't rent it out. No one would rent out this weird space. So I was like, okay. I went down a rabbit hole like I did with, looking for podcasts, when I was researching that. I went down the bubble tea rabbit hole for like a year, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'll figure it out. And I went to New York, and I trained with people from Vietnam and Thailand to learn the proper techniques of making bubble tea. Giving them giving homage to their like culture. And I wanted to do it right if I'm going to do it, because bubble tea, it originated Southeast Asia, and I just wanted to make sure it was done right. And I went there trained, and then I went to all the New York bubble tea shops. I mean, I was just threw myself into it. I went all the ones in Cincinnati. So I did that. Getting to the question here. So I opened that up, and then there's actually another storefront on my property, and I rented that out to my best friend Ryan, and he owns Hurry Curry. So this has all been this all just happened within the last year. So this is big stuff. And then so within the next 5 years, and I also opened the Anderson store. So in the last year I've done all this. This is just a lot. So I'm going to take the next year off.
There you go.
There you go.
Well-deserved.
Well
I
deserved.
need to just simmer and take care of my properties and stuff, the property that I have, and pay and keep up with it. And then after that, I would love to open more shops. Long way to get to your answer.
So obviously you have different shops, right? You have the bubble tea, the ice cream, the bakery. Say you open another shop and you want to be completely different. What would it be?
I already have an idea of it.
Yeah, that's a tough one to answer then.
I know.
I don't know.
I do have another idea in mind. I don't want to steal it, but I kind of want to do something Italian. So my mom's family is Sicilian, so I want to do, and actually went to Sicily a couple years ago, and I was so inspired. I get so inspired, my ADHD. So there's a couple things like Italian that I want to do. So
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Don't give any hints
Yeah.
away.
yeah,
Good for
Little-
you.
we'll see.
A little sprinkle of what might come.
Coming soon.
Little tea on there.
Yeah.
A little
So-
garnish.
So going back to your whole journey with opening all your shops, I have to ask, what do you think was one of your biggest struggles in doing that?
Oh goodness. Biggest one is financial. Just making sure that you're making enough money to pay all your bills and keep all your staff on. That was something that I was talking about the other day. During COVID, it was really hard at first. I was really scared. I had all these people depending on me, and I have a big team. And I took out some loans to be able to keep up with payroll and utilities. So just, right now, the big struggle for me, and then it's just finances, just making sure that I'm keeping everything afloat, keeping your prices where they should be and need to be. Sometimes, I had to raise my prices and then bring them down. Right now, the eggs and cream cheese,
Oh,
everything
yeah.
is so expensive.
Yep.
And honestly, right now, I charge $4.50 a cupcake, a cheesecake cupcake. And to me, I feel like that's really expensive, but it's also it's expensive to make. And if you would go home and try to make a cheesecake in 10 different flavors, it would cost you so much money to get all those ingredients. So,
Exactly.
but finances is big. I would say the other big struggle is just taking care of yourself. And I never realized the amount of stress and mental fatigue and anxiety and all the things that I would have to deal with, and so you just, as a business owner, you just put your head down, you grind every day, and then you put everything behind you.
Well said on that.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, not taking care of yourself, not realizing you're not taking care of yourself. Like sometimes, those little GIFs are real where the chef, he'll cook for everybody every day and then he's in the back eating cereal or whatever. Like that's me. Like I'll make these beautiful desserts and then I will go through Taco Bell. I mean, Taco Bell's great, don't get me wrong. But like I won't take care of myself. I'll just get something quick and then go home and go to bed and then do it all over again. Like when I first started my business, in 2019, I didn't have any employees for 6 months and I would bake like all night long. I would sleep in between oven timers and, so it really just took a toll on you. But you just keep grinding, just keep thinking about taking care of the community. And I never let that like waver me. Like, I don't know. Like, I just have this tenacity and this, like, I'm just going to keep going to take care of my customers. They depend on me, especially during COVID because everyone was struggling. And I felt like I was really bringing light to the community, like desserts and coffee and stuff. But yeah, just taking care of myself has been a struggle, but it's a lot better now. I'm really trying to make steps to set my own boundaries between my customers, my employees, my family, my friends. Like I've learned how to say no.
Yes. Yes.
I've been reading a really good book. It's by Mel Robbins. Actually, I read it twice this past month.
That's how good it is.
Wait, what's the book? I love Mel Robbins.
Oh my gosh, The Let Them Theory.
Let Them. Yes.
It's so good. It's so
good.
applicable to so many things. And so I'm learning how to do that. And yeah, it's been fun.
I think from society standpoint that a lot of people want to own their own businesses and it's jumping off the ship and doing it, right? Or feeling intimidated about not being able to complete what they want to do. And building that motivation up, again, going back to your hobbies, doing something that you're passionate about and just hitting the ground running. But you do shine a light on the struggles of getting it there, right? You have to be motivated. You have to realize what it takes to get the job done. So again, very relatable to a lot of people, I think.
Yeah. Kind of piggyback off of what we discussed a little bit ago when you said, if I said, hey, what would like your next little business be? So I want to know, if you did not do any baking, cooking, what would be your dream job? If you were not a baker and a businesswoman, what would be your dream job?
That's a good question. Look at you.
I was so excited to ask. I love asking these.
Okay, so I definitely thought of that before. Like, all things like, if everything fails, what will I do? And so, back to my ADHD. I actually went and got my master's last year. I finished it.
Congratulations!
Yeah, congratulations.
And so I think that I went to school. I love learning. Back up. I'm number 5 of 5 kids, right? I guess I always feel like I wanted to like impress my family, be the best out of all of them.
Of course.
But my parents always support me no matter what. They never push me, which is amazing. Like if you've got a support system that just believes in you, I just wanted to mention that. Like I'm so thankful for my parents and my friends that always are there for me. So anyways, I said, I want to go to school. Like I'm thinking about when I retire, like what am I going to do? Or if something happens, I always have my education and experience to fall back on. I would love to teach. Like I'd love to teach at a culinary school at the Midwest. That would be really, really cool. Another thing I love doing is marketing. So my business degree, like you, is majored in management and marketing, but I love social media. Like that's the part I miss the most about my business. I have a full-time gal that she's amazing with all the marketing stuff.
Oh, we chat all the time.
Kayla?
Yes. Shout out Kayla. Kayla, right?
Yes.
Shout out her. Yeah, she's awesome. And can I just also say that your marketing is so good? It's so good. She does an amazing job. So shout out.
She does. I love her to death. And I'll probably do that. I love coming up with like nice copy and photos. I love taking photos, maybe podcasting.
Yeah.
I just love creative stuff. So maybe a mix of all the things. I don't think I could just do one thing ever again in my life.
Yeah, right. I love it.
It's probably a little bit of that ADHD, right?
Yeah.
You just have to do everything.
That's how I
just
feel.
get bored and I'm like, okay, what else can I learn? Like
That's how I feel. I can't sit still. I'm like, okay, I'm done with what I needed to get done today. What else can I do?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I don't know. I'm like, give me something else. I'm like, I can't sit still.
I'm notorious at doing 5 things at once constantly.
Yeah,
and-
you are. You're always doing something like
But
crazy.
I don't think I've ever had HDAD or ADD, but
ADHD, you mean?
am I spelling it wrong now?
ADHD.
Well, I could have something else. It's ADHD. I don't know.
He's making up his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, who knows? You know.
That's hilarious, Randy.
I love it.
Gosh.
What do you think is one of your biggest accomplishments? I mean, you've done a lot. What do you think was one of your biggest accomplishments?
Probably just being able to have an amazing staff stick with me for years. Like most of my team's been with me 2 or more years. My head pastry chef, Melissa, she's been with me for 4 years and almost 5 years this year. And it's just, to me, that's the biggest accomplishment because it shows that people believe in me and they trust me with their livelihood to like keep coming up with products and to keep my word at, you know, keeping them on staff. Like I said, during COVID, I took out loans just to keep people on staff. So to me, that's just, I feel so honored about that. And, you know, they're right there with me. They have my vision. Like we have a manager meeting every week and just meeting with them, hearing their ideas and just that they're excited about what I'm excited about. And they're not all like against me, like they're helping me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I always try to teach them things. I love learning, obviously, and I'm like, hey, with Kayla, I'm like, I saw this video here. This might help you. Or Melissa, try this technique. Or, you know, Jackson, he's our retail manager. Maybe we can manage folks this way or, you know, whatever. So that's probably one of the biggest accomplishments. The second one would be like that people trust me to cater their weddings or with my food truck or, you know, bring in desserts. We do cheesecake wedding cakes. That's huge.
Okay, you cater weddings? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So, not yet. Hopefully after this weekend.
Sure. Comment below.
I'm kidding. Maybe not. So, okay, but you cater.
Yeah, we do a lot of catering.
Like you deliver to?
Yeah, we do delivery. We do setup. So like for weddings, we could do like a dessert display. With a food truck, we can pull the food truck up and serve your guest.
Oh, I love that.
We do all the things.
I love that. And I want to talk about like your staff. I don't really know them much, but I remember going into the bakery and there's not a better feeling when you go in somewhere and you just get greeted with smiles and it's nice and warm and cozy and they're just sweet and it really does. I mean, you have somebody who's having a bad day and they get in there and they're like, hi, welcome to the Cheesecakery, can I help you? Like,
yes,
just sweet. And it really does go a long way, and your staff is amazing. Shout out to your staff because they are amazing.
Thank you. I have a saying I came up with. I hope this is okay. Excuse me. I say we have to be bubbly AF. Like really lay it on thick.
Yeah.
You know, my whole thinking is like no matter what happens in your life, we all have problems. We all have things going on.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, but when you come into the Cheesecakery, you put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
You know, even if you don't feel like it, we all don't feel good. We have different things, but we're here to serve our customers. Like we wouldn't have a job, we wouldn't have the things we have without our team or our customers coming in. So I just want to, you know, I really try to impart that in our team. Like, hey, we got to be happy. We got to be smiley, you know, actually. So some people will drive miles, hours to come visit our cheesecake shop. And I've had an experience once where I followed a viral place in a different state. So excited. I watched their stuff online. I followed them. And waited in line outside for an hour because there's a huge line. Finally, I get in there, and the people are like, what do you want?
Oh.
And I was just like, well, hi. I'm so excited. I have a bakery. And they're just like, okay, is that it? She'll get you. You know, and I'm just like,
no.
Oh, that totally just ruins the experience for you. So I just remember that feeling. So I try to impart with my team, like, hey, we're not going to do that. We're going to be different. And I think that's what helps set the Cheesecakery apart, too. It's not just great products with really great ingredients. It's great service, you know?
It's a great experience. You go in there, it's so cute in there. It's so, like, I'm all about, like, aesthetic. And it's so aesthetically pleasing. Love it.
That's how marketing, like, self-love.
Yes. Yep, that's us. But yeah, shout out to your staff because they are very kind. I remember I was in there and I was getting stuff for a Christmas party, like a Christmas tea.
Oh, nice.
And they were helping me. They were like, okay, well, if you get these, we can cut it this way and they'll be really cute on like this tray. Like just so nice and just so bubbly. But that's a reflection on you. So that is amazing. Yes.
Thank
so
you.
Another question I have is, what do you think would be something that would be out of your element that you would do or that you do?
Like making?
Yes.
Or?
So like baking's in your element, right? You're good at baking. So if we take you out of your element, what would be something that you enjoy doing, or you're a little not so comfortable with?
Yeah, that you're outside of your element, that you're not comfortable with.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Can you give me an example?
Like public speaking, if you're not good at public speaking, or
Making cheeseburgers.
Or
chicken sandwich with peanut butter.
But you're amazing because you're like, I do everything.
Yeah. So you might not have something. You might not have something.
And that's,
Oh,
but yeah,
man.
something that you're like, hey, I'm good at, I'm an expert at this, but I really struggle with this.
Let me see. I'm not trying to like make myself look good here. I'm like,
No, yeah, it's
I
a.
like to do a lot of stuff. What would be out of my
I do
element?
like this part of the podcast though, because we get to be like, so what kind of things are outside of your element?
Jeez, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of what I like to do, and then the opposite of that. I like dancing, like salsa dancing.
Is there anything that you would be like, oh man, I have to do this today?
Because
You
mine
just
is
love doing everything,
because
don't you?
because mine's laundry.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And mine's
Oh, okay, we're gonna go that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do
Laundry.
anything. Laundry, like yeah, no.
Okay, so with ADHD, here we go.
Here we go.
Love it.
I'm clean. Oh, I'm clean, but I can be very disorganized. So for me, like, I can put this down, put that down, and by the end of the week, I'm like, my clothes are everywhere. What in the world? So for me, I guess it would be making that weekly cleanup, putting everything away. I hate putting away laundry. I don't mind doing laundry.
Right.
I used to have bins where I would just throw them like, okay, this is a t-shirt bin, this is a pants bin, whatever.
Because I would rather put them in a bin than put them in my drawer.
Yeah.
Literally, that's
or
how I
hang
feel.
them on a hanger.
Yeah, hang them on a
Blank that.
hanger. No, sorry, that looks better in the corner right over there, laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Organized chaos.
And we know where it's at too. If
Yes.
someone comes in and be like, this is a mess. I'm like, no, I know where it's at.
Oh, I get home and my boyfriend who had everything like cleaned up, and I'm like, no, where is my favorite shirt? Where is all this stuff? And he's like, it's in the closet where it belongs. I'm like,
That's so funny.
yeah.
You guys know where it all is, I guess.
Yeah,
We do.
exactly.
Organized chaos.
Organized
got it.
chaos.
What about you? Do you like doing laundry?
I don't. I was kicked off of laundry duty.
I want
I
to be kicked
remem-
off laundry duty.
I was
Tell
kicked
the
off of-
story.
Well, I do laundry and then I don't do it well enough.
That's how you get out of it.
I was trying to. I put my heart and soul into doing laundry, and it just wasn't there. It wasn't good enough. So I don't know if it was the folds. Maybe it's the dog hair that I didn't do the brushing thing with.
Nicole's like, you can't wash reds and whites together.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So there's
Yeah.
certain rules and guidelines that I probably didn't follow. It's like, hey, just go upstairs. I'll bring you the laundry and you can just hang them in the closet.
There.
I would rather wash them. Like, it's literally, we're getting off topic, but I have to say this. I love putting them in the washer, putting like the scent boosters on them, and then with the detergent. But the second the dryer goes off, I'm like, Paul, can you go get it? I'm like,
the same way.
Yes.
I will like get dressed out of the like dryer bin, like, cause I wear the same things every day. I'm like, I just pull one out of the dryer. I don't even need to like.
it's clean.
It's good to go. All right.
That's
well,
right.
I think that's good to stop there. I think
Yeah, we'll stop at the laundry.
we'll stop at the laundry. It's been In Your Element podcast. I'm Randall Pink.
I'm Natalie Kaufman.
And I'm Liz Field.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.